Well, if you were looking for a boring week of July without football, you didn't get what you wanted because, oh my God, the amount of news that happened today in the NFL was, it was just an insane amount of things that we do need to talk about because a lot of things have happened. Obviously, you can probably tell by the thumbnail that one of the things that we do need to talk about is the Rashee Rice, Mr. Tokyo Drift himself. That situation has a little bit of an update here. So if you've been following with Drew Davenport, the overwhelming consensus was that we were probably going to get a suspension in 2026 because certain, court dates were set back and blah, 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 right? However, it seems like they reached an agreement. And the outcome here is that he has been sentenced to 5 years probation. When people first read this, they thought 5 years jail. And 30 days of jail time. Now, the important thing to note here is and you only get this if you play in the NFL and you have a very good lawyer. He can serve those 30 days of jail at any point over the next 5 years. Whenever he wants. Which, again...
during the off season.
if that happened to you and I, we would not have that luxury. Okay, so he can serve that whenever he pleases. Now, if you want to go read, Rashee Rice, he actually released a statement about it. He took full responsibility, which was cool. Like, that was cool to see. He was very silent on the situation, but he and his lawyers wrote up this whole ordeal, and he talked about how it was on him. He shouldn't have done it, and he's took full responsibility, which is very cool. Now, what does this mean for Dynasty? Now, look, we'll talk about redraft in a second. I don't know where you stand, Badaki, but this doesn't change anything for me in Dynasty. In fact, I'm shocked that I'm seeing people change their rankings of him.
I don't want to understand why.
Right?
Why in Dynasty?
So I tweeted out and I said, this is going to drastically move him down my rankings because I keep seeing people tweet that out today. Oh my God, I have to move him down my Dynasty rankings. I say he's going all the way from my wide receiver 13 to my wide receiver 13 because we were all expecting a suspension. Now you're going to get it like we already knew. I just didn't see a reason to impact Dynasty rankings. However, we're on a channel where we talk about redraft. We're talking about this season, 2025, and clearly he will be suspended in 2025. Now, how many games? No one knows exactly just yet how many games. Matt Derrick, who is a source with the Chiefs, says, I've been told by sources in the organization, the Chiefs believe Rashee Rice may get suspended 2 to 4 games. Whether that is optimistic, I can't tell you for sure.
That's optimistic for fantasy, I'll tell you that for sure.
I think 2 to 4 games would be best case scenario.
That's best case scenario, 100%.
If you want my opinion, and again, Drew Davenport will have to wait for an update from him, I would say the most likely scenario is a 6-game suspension. That seems to be probably the happy medium there, but we'll have to wait and see. No one can really tell you the exact number right now. What we can say for sure is that Rashee will be suspended this year for a certain number of games. It will be multiple games. So when we look at where we rank him in redraft this year, right, I'm looking at my wide receiver rankings in redraft. And we need to start asking some questions. Okay, if you know you're going to miss, if you know you're not going to have him for at least 4 games, do you want Tyreek Hill or Rashee Rice? Do you want Terry McLaurin or Rashee Rice? Do you want Marvin or Rice? This is where I stand right now, and it is an ever-evolving situation. If it was 6 games, I would move him further back. If it was 2 games, I'd move him further up. If it's 4 games, this is kind of where I would place him, Badaki, right around wide receiver 19. So that's ahead of Mike Evans, these rookies that I like in T-Mac and Hunter, Sutton. But I would love to hear where the community overall stands on him. What range do you think he should kind of be around? Because when he comes back, if you think about it, if he's suspended to start the year and you're worried about his injury, when he comes back, you're not going to be able to be worried about that injury anyway because he's already full go in camp.
He's already full go.
And he's going to have 4 more weeks to recover. So when he comes back, you kind of expect him to be a top 15 to 12 wide receiver rest of season when the suspension is done. We just don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah. When it comes to wide receivers, I think it's a little bit different for me because there's a lot of rhythm that needs to happen, right? When it comes down to running backs, you get the ball you get the rhythm as many times as you possibly can if the ball's getting handed to you, you know? Right? When you think of Rashee Rice, how many targets is he instantly going to get into rhythm? That can be instant, or it can take another 2 weeks. So in reality, he gets suspended 4 weeks, but he doesn't really get to the Rashee Rice we know and love probably about until week 6, week 7. And that is a big hit. That's a big what if, right? And once again, all hypotheticals, but I agree with you. I like this range. I would still take him over the Travis Hunters with the 4-game suspension. In hypothetically, anything above that, I think it's kind of fair game. I think you go with whoever you want. I wouldn't be mad if you completely punt Rashee Rice if it's 6 games, to be completely honest with you. I'm not necessarily sure how confident I am going to be drafting Rashee Rice over a name like a Chris Olave if it's a game suspension, over a Jerry Jeudy if it's a 6-game suspension. Do you take the upside in a Jameson Williams over a 6-game suspension? It's going to be something you're going to have to navigate really closely once we understand that. And that can happen in the next week, or that can happen a week before the season.
So yeah, no one's going to have the perfect answer right now, all right? Let's be realistic. No one's going to have the perfect answer to the Rashee Rice situation. This is where I currently stand, and my rankings are fluid, so keep that in mind. They will constantly change. We'll get more information soon. This is where I would probably say I'd put him if I had 4 games where I wouldn't be able to have him. I think if I draft Rashee Rice in the 4th round, for example, Badaki, let's say his ADP falls there in Sleeper or wherever your home leagues are, 4th, 5th round, let's see. It might not. But if it does, and you can piece together 2 wins until Rashee Rice is back, you're going to be very grateful. But if it's a 6-game suspension, we have to reassess. There's a lot that goes into this. Now, that does make Xavier Worthy a little more interesting, doesn't it? I have moved him up.
I know 100%.
I know people are higher on Xavier Worthy as a player than I am, but I moved him up to wide receiver 28. Some people might say that's where I had him before this news. I don't know. Maybe some people might say that. But I still prefer the likes of like your Devonta Smiths, your Metcalfs, your Pickens, Waddles. I still prefer those names over Worthy, but he's firmly in this tier for me. You know, you can tell me if you think that's too low, too high, or just right. What do you think? Where do you guys think?
No, look, I feel pretty confident in around that range. I would still be taking DJ Moore around that. I think it kind of goes from like the Deebo Samuel type of range, the Chris Olaves, kind of around that when it comes down to Xavier Worthy. I think this also makes a name like Hollywood Brown a lot more interesting, because then he takes up that Rashee Rice role in that slot potentially, or on the outside, however way you want to look at that. Obviously, that's a completely different conversation.
Yeah.
And I was trying to pull up what he kind of did in that span when he came back. I think that was more in the playoffs, but had a couple big chunk plays there.
Yeah.
Being healthy, I think that can also hurt in a weird way Xavier Worthy. That can hurt everyone. Everyone can hurt everyone, essentially. You know, Xavier Worthy having more opportunity can hurt Rashee Rice. Xavier Worthy only being in the 2nd year, and Hollywood being that veteran role now in the wide receiver room can hurt Xavier Worthy. So I think this wide receiver room at the moment,
well,
when Rashee Rice is not the guy, when Rashee Rice is suspended, I think it's a jumble. It's up in the air.
Yeah. You look at Rashee Rice last year without Xavier Worthy. Without Rashee Rice last year, he averaged almost 11 points per game. There's a lot to talk about here, though, right? Firstly, his role evolved over the course of the season, including into the playoffs. He was very good for this team in the playoffs. I still don't think that's because they want to feature Worthy in that role. When they drafted Worthy, in my opinion, I don't think they ever had the intentions of, he could replace the Rashee Rice role. No, it was he can complement the Rashee Rice role. And I still think in their most ideal world, he is complementing him as this big play threat, not as the guy who's not necessarily playing in the slot. But as we all know, it's easier to kind of get those easy targets and, cheap money from the slot for our fantasy wide receivers. So it'll be very interesting to monitor. That's not the only bit of news that's happened today. There is more news that we can talk about, including number one, let's just talk about the retirement of Mike Williams. We don't need to talk too long about this. Did I even have Mike Williams ranked? Let me see. Let me see if I even had Mike Williams ranked. No, I didn't even have him in my rankings. Didn't even think about him at all. So what did it change for me? It changed nothing. Okay, it didn't change a single thing. Now, Trey Harris did sign his contract. I have Trey Harris right now right around wide receiver 55. I still don't see a reason to move him up in rankings for this season. If Mike Williams was drastically playing a part in your projections for the 2025 Los Angeles Chargers, we probably just weren't on the same page. All right,
No,
so
we weren't on the same page. Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you for your service, Mike. I hope life after football is just as good.
yeah, so it's not really going to change much. But one little thing I wanted to share is this was from Coach Speak Index. They asked Jim Harbaugh about whether Keenan Allen returning to the Chargers is on the table, and he says, "Oh yeah, anything's possible. That would be cool. That would be cool." So something to monitor. I mean, maybe Keenan Allen can join this team and then a month later retire. Maybe they both can do the same thing. That would be awesome. But yeah, not really significant news, I would say. The other bit that is definitely significant is the Jordan Addison story. So, Jordan Addison, his current situation remains under review, the NFL says, after he pleaded no contest to a reduced wet reckless charge. You ever been charged with being wet and reckless, my friend? I know you have.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
You think I have? I mean, I can't say whether or not I have been charged. I don't want to put my business out there, but
we've all been charged getting a little, wet reckless. All right. But yeah, so 2024 DUI citation. He'll pay a $390 fee. And he's got probation by 12 months. He wants to cut it in half. This is probably, when you're looking at the suspensions between Rashee Rice and Jordan Addison is more than likely 2 games, I would say. And I want to see if I had any other. This is from Drew Davenport. So Drew Davenport mentioned at the end, he says this seems like it could trigger the 3 games, but mitigation may see it to go to 2. And he's going to report more later tonight. Maybe we'll get more reports from Drew as we're on the stream. But yeah. I would say the most likely outcome, if I was a betting man, is that Addison misses 2 games. Okay? I currently have him as wide receiver 41. That seems low, but he can be as high as 33 because it's just this tier 6. So I don't think I'm going to move him because I already kind of felt that he might get suspended. And I still think I'm taking the Pearsall, Godwins, Downs, Flowers, Ayuk's, Adunze's, Williams, Diggs over him. Where do you stand?
Yeah, I completely agree. Once again, less than 4 games. Feels really confident. You could probably take him at his ADP. I would still be happy to take the wide receiver 2 in a high-powered offense with the Vikings there. Over some. I mean, I agree. I agree with you.
So I think that is most of the news for today. Unless I miss anything, y'all let me know. That's fantasy related, right? We are going to jump into a mock draft, and we would love for you guys to join us. But Aki, how can people join us today in this mock draft should they choose to?
Yeah, guys, join our Discord. That link is in the chat, and now that link is also in the description. Once Zach sends me that link, I'll send that link to you guys. We're going to do a couple mock drafts, of course. And if we get a certain amount of likes, maybe we can hit a second mock draft. But if you want to join this mock draft, all you have to do is join our Discord, go to the LAN tab with the orange footballs, then go to the mock draft tab. That's exactly where you can join each and every mock draft, whether you're watching now or later. I'm going to draft. Where should I draft from today, ladies and gentlemen? I am going to pick. Thank you. Let's pick the 4 spot here. All right, it is first come, first serve. Keep that in mind. So that link is going to be sent out here in 3, 2, 1. There you go. There goes that link. Yes. I'm at the 4.
All right, so that is going to fill up here. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. I guess the one question you should ask with Mike Williams out of the way, Trey Harris is the sleeper. Does it make Quentin Johnson more interesting in best ball tournaments? I don't know.
He's always interesting, man. The QJ superstar.
And then you already talked about Hollywood. I think Jalen Royals would be interesting to start the year, but I don't think he's going to be.
I don't think so either. I think we would see with this outcome, I wouldn't be surprised if like Hollywood he finishes the top 10 wide receiver week 1 and then he dies off. We always have one of those guys, right? I mean,
Hollywood
last year
might
it
be
was
the most
who?
obvious sell high in the first 4 weeks of any receiver. Yeah.
Legit. So
All right,
please,
we
you're
are
gonna have to
doing
do it.
a PPR 1 quarterback start 8 mock draft. Okay, and we'll do just like 0.5. Let's no tight end premium. And let's go ahead and get this thing started. Appreciate y'all for being here with us. Do us a favor, hit that like button to show some love. All right, we do have a like goal today of, what was it? What did I say? 65 likes was the goal we set out to get. So be a friend, smash that like button. You know what? If we want to do multiple mock drafts, we've hit 65 before. So people are asking how many mocks are we going to do. Let's set a goal for that. Let's say 80 likes. That seems pretty aggressive.
That feels good though. I feel like we've kind of hit 75 really easy, so we gotta.
Yeah, I gotta set a different goal for you guys. So let's go ahead and put it out there. Set at 80 likes. If we reach 80 likes, we'll do another mock draft. As Badaki's about to get auto picked, but
Sorry,
he just
I
gets his
completely
pick.
forgot. I'll get Jahmyr Gibbs there. I was pulling up my rankings.
Joshua says, "Wet Reckless sounds like what happens at the Diddy parties." You see the baby oil, the amount of baby oil.
Shout out to Diddy.
I mean,
actually, no. Let's not shout out. Let's not shout out to Diddy.
I was gonna say I am not associated with any shout out on this channel to
Diddy. Let's not shout out to Diddy.
Yeah. I mean, no one should have that amount of baby oil. Let's be honest for a second. God damn. All right. In the first 6 picks, you know, we've said this many times, but Docky will say it again. There's a big tier there. You know, it really falls off after the Gibbs, Jefferson, Lamb, Saquon tier. If you're worried about drafting Saquon, go watch the video that we released today. I made a case for him. In fact, I think sometimes it's a bit silly the way we overthink things. Then we had Puka Nacua. Drake London went at the 108. Nico Collins comes off the board. And your boy's going to get Malik Neighbors at the 110. Didn't expect him to fall that far, but here we are. Definitely excited to grab me some Malik Neighbors. Thinking about it, I mean, did he have the worst quarterback room in the NFL last year?
No question. I think he went through 3-4 quarterbacks last year, and my guy finished as
terrible.
A dog.
He was the wide receiver 6. I mean, what are we doing, people? Why are you letting me get him at the 110? We're going to come back here, and this is perfect. We're going to grab Devon Achane. Oh, my gosh. We might make this a real league. Who knows? I mean, I'm obsessed with this start right here. Neighbors Achane start. Couldn't be happier. Oh, my goodness. About to get hot and bothered here, and it's only a mock draft.
It's about to get hot. I mean, you got to be careful here. Nothing too crazy here. And I know Zach has been prepping for, obviously, the video that went completely crazy last year in Nuclear. So I'm going to be really excited to understand where some of the best strategies is going to be for the 2025 season.
Yes, I have not talked to Badaki about my strategy video, but if you don't know what he's talking about, last year we released a video on this channel, and some of you might have subscribed because you saw this video. It was called the #1 strategy in 2024 fantasy football drafts, and it went crazy. 240,000 views. We never thought any video we would ever post would do something like that. Insane, ridiculous. Now, that video I am currently in the middle of preparing for. All right. So it won't be out next week, but the week after. And the amount of time and research I'm putting into this video, I just hope that it does half as well as this one did. But my God, I feel so confident with the strategy that I'm coming up with you guys and I cannot wait for you to watch this video. So be on the lookout for that. And then once that video's out, I can freely talk about it on the stream. But we've got Achane off the board. Then after that, we saw CMC, Lab McConkey, Bucky Irving, AJ Brown, and Brock Bowers. Even in a non-tight end premium, I feel like that's pretty far for Bowers to fall.
It is. I was getting really excited there. I'm going to take T. Higgins here.
WG says Zach is getting the wet reckless charges. I better calm down now. All right. Well, Nelly. All right, as T. Higgins comes off the board there at the 209.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like at this point of the board, though, I'm just going to go with one of those tight ends. You know, like if Bowers or McBride there, the difference they can make at that position. But
it definitely is. Move. Yeah, it definitely is. Happy to go that way. Am I going to be going that way in my real drafts? I think once again, you guys know me. It's really hard to draft one of these top tight ends. Of course, this season's a little bit different because you can get so much value later on the tight end position. But these are the two guys that you feel really confident in, that you're excited to go out and draft. So just depends on the thought process thing. I wanted Chase Brown there. I thought Chase Brown was going to sneak back to me there, but that's okay.
Yeah. I think Chase Brown's a second-round pick, but he'll go in the third round in some drafts for sure.
Yeah, no, I think he's a second-round pick too. I was just trying to play ADP. I thought some of these wide receivers was going to go ahead. And I saw a lot of people questioning JSN over T. Higgins. Yes, I will take T. Higgins over JSN, but the fact that I can get JSN with T. Higgins is pretty incredible, I would say. I have these guys really close in my rankings. If I'm not mistaken, they're probably actually back-to-back here. Yeah, I just have T. Higgins higher for me personally. When he's healthy, we know how dominant he can be.
You like JSN, bro?
I like JSN. Don't believe in Sam Darnold, but I'll take the talent.
Yeah, I think he's all right. I think JSN's all right. I don't know.
You think so?
Hey, he's okay. Sheesh! Look at how clean that is.
I've never seen you wear that jersey. Sheesh. Not once.
Well,
this guy has a Jackson Smith.
You've never watched the Flock League, then, and that's unfortunate because it's a great channel.
You should definitely go check that out, by the way. Maybe I'll buy a jersey this year.
Jaden Daniels comes off the board there. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, normally this is kind of the range where you see Richie Rich go off the board already, technically.
All right, perfect. We'll grab Breece Hall here as our second running back. It's a sweet spot. Anybody listen to JB's new album? I can't stop.
I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, if only Sexy Red didn't destroy that one song. We appreciate y'all for being here with us. We're almost at 50 likes, which is crazy. We have a like goal of 80, so we're about 30 likes away from our like goal. And if we get there, we'll pop off a second mock draft with you guys. So would love for you guys, if you want to get some practice in, you want to get another chance at getting in a mock draft, let's reach that like goal together of 80 likes. With your help, we can get there for sure. As after I took Breece Hall at the 310, we get Devontae Adams and Marvin Harrison off the board. Then Walker and Kamara, and I couldn't be happier. Oh.
Be careful.
I don't have the cojones. I don't have the balls to do it. I'm sorry. We're going to draft Marion Hampton there.
Oh, yeah, I don't think anyone does. Not anymore.
Yep, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, like, I don't mind this start. I just don't love the idea of not starting two running backs this year.
Sure.
I feel like the value of wide receiver that I can get is really good. If you told me I started Jahmyr Gibbs and Chase Brown, I got Jackson Smith and Jigba in the third, I would feel extremely comfortable with this team. Not that I don't feel comfortable with this team. I'm just concerned about the running backs that are going to come back to me here. Even though there is a bunch of names, I'm like, I wish I had Chase Brown. I wish I had Josh Jacobs. I wish I had one of those other guys. I personally think my prediction for your strategy video is that you're going to say the best strategy is to go two running backs. That's what I think.
Legally, I can't comment on anything because the video's not out yet. So unfortunately, legally, I just can't comment legally.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't want to put my money on it, but that's where I'm leaning. You know, I'm at like a 70-30 type vibe right now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my lawyers have reached out to me and said until the strategy video is out, I can't legally say anything. So, no, Jalen Hurts, I was actually considering there at the 4-3 as well. Jalen Hurts, there he goes, Rashee Rice. I was so curious where he was going to go. But Jalen Hurts is so interesting to me, Badaki, because, I mean, it's so hard to take a quarterback early just because none of us really like to do that, However, is he not like the safest pick in round 4? If you look at all the picks that were made in round 4, I think you could easily argue he is the safest pick on the board. I mean, if you look at this guy's career, and we'll pull up the Flock site here for a second. All right, if we look at his career, last year, where did he finish? Quarterback 8, quarterback 2, quarterback 3, quarterback 8. But on a per game basis, he was better. He missed a game. So he only played 15 games in those 2 seasons where he finished low. But from a rushing touchdown perspective, it's hard to see here, but you see rushing touchdowns. The man has 14, 15, 13, and then 10 in the last 4 years rushing touchdowns. And the only reason you should have been concerned about that number not replicating again this year is if the tush push got banned, and it didn't. It didn't get banned. So I kind of feel like he might be a boring pick, but he's probably the safest pick that anyone could have made in that round.
Yeah, no, for sure. Especially at that position, the 1Z position, that's going to give you a massive advantage there. 21.3 fantasy points per game. And that's kind of...
Yeah.
You were really happy on a week-to-week basis if he was giving you something like that. And that's not far off of what Josh Allen was giving you, Joe Burrow was giving you. The guy that had the edge there was Lamar Jackson, right, with 25 plus points per game. So you were feeling really good. Rashee
Rice went in the 4th round. We said 4th or 5th round. That's where we thought he would land. And look, if this team here, Team 6, if they can get 2 wins to start the year and they get a 4th round Rashee Rice, you're basically getting last year's price on Rashee Rice. You know what I mean? And we all know the upside of him. So I like it if he can build out the rest of his team to just get some wins there soon.
Yeah.
All right. First off, I want to say shout out to everybody in the chat. We haven't done that yet. So I just want to say a big shout out to everybody. Yeti's here, Gators here, Styles here, Scribbles in the building, Joshua, Knights here, Powerhouse is in the building. We see you guys. We were going through a lot of that news to begin the stream. If you didn't, if you want to know what we think about the Rashee Rice situation, go back to the beginning of the stream. We talked about it in depth. WG's here. We see you, Tiny Goose, Tyree. What's up, everybody? Swaraj, I'm going to say that wrong. What's up? Diamond's here. Tyler's here. Quacky's here. J-Mo, Joe, the whole damn crew is in the building. We appreciate y'all for being here with us. Be a friend. Smash that like button to show some love. If we hit our like goal of 80, which we're only 20 likes away from, we will do a second mock draft with you guys. So be a friend. Hit that like button. Let's get to 80 likes, and let's keep the party rolling.
Oh, yeah. That's love, people. Appreciate you guys. Nothing too crazy. A nice big run of wide receivers. And like you said, Rashee Rice at the 4-7. I do believe if it's a 2 to 4 game suspension, his ADP will stay here. If it is anything higher than a 4 game suspension, I think you have to question if you're taking some of these other wide receivers or players in general over Rashee Rice.
Yeah, I agree.
Because that is going to be a huge hit.
If it's a 6 gamer, he falls at least to round 5, if not further.
Yeah.
6 feels much more difficult to manage, I would say. As Devonta Smith comes off the board, that's perfect. We're going to grab T-Mac here as our wide receiver 2. That's great. I'm thrilled with this start here so far. Scribble says, we will know the suspension soon. That will determine the ADP. 100% correct.
Yeah, I agree.
What's up, Stable says, crazy Stroud's price is so low now. Yeah, it's tough, man. Tough to bet on him. Lightning King, what's up? Says, who's your unanimous first overall pick? I think Jamar Chase.
Yeah, it's Jamar Chase.
Pretty easily.
I think that's pretty consensus amongst the community. Yeah. I was looking at all of the other videos, last year. He was consensus 4th round, or like 4th overall, because it was CMC, Bijan, Justin Jefferson. Was it CMC, Bijan, Justin Jefferson, and then it was Jamar Chase.
Yeah. CMC was the 101 last year. I think it will be in 90% of drafts. I think you're going to see Chase 101.
Yeah.
Here I am in the 7th round, and I do like the receivers on the board, and we're going to grab one of them here. We'll grab Olave here in round 7.
Okay.
Grab Olave there in round 7. Pacheco at the 6-4.
Yeah, not bad on my Pacheco there.
Scribbles loves George Pickens. You're talking to the right person, man. I love me some George Pickens as well. As Caleb Johnson comes off the board. Stable says, is Olave one more cushion away from his career being wraps? No, I don't think so. I don't
think so.
So this was a big reason that I had a disconnect with our stream last year on this channel, was the Tua situation. I don't know if you remember that. Because when Tua went down with his injury, our entire stream was, I'll say like 60 to 70% of people were like, there's no way he plays again. He's going to have to retire. And I was very much anti that feeling. I didn't believe that would be the case, not because I'm smart or because I know Tua well, but because Tua's a competitor. And he's doing what he loves. And I understand that you guys can make the case, well, they have to think long term, they have to think about their families. Ultimately, if I was in that position, I would probably say, you know what, I'm doing what I love. I don't want to go out like this. I still have so much ahead of me. And I think that's exactly what we're going to see if Olave goes through the same situation again. You're going to see an initial reaction, which always happens, where people initially say, oh my God, it's worst case scenario. Tua's never going to play again. I mean, it's a great comparison in my opinion, because Tua had so many injuries the year before, last year, and then everyone's like, oh my God, it's done. Tua's never going to play again. And I just said, I don't think it's not that simple. It's not that simple. That's not the way I think these people think, you know. You don't make the NFL and go through all of the hard work to get there and say, you know what, I'm going to choose safety now. I know I've played a dangerous game for 20 years of my life, but I'm going to choose safety now. Now that I'm making millions to do it, it just doesn't always compute. So I don't personally believe that Chris Olave's career would end if he had another concussion. But the reality is, Badaki, what happened to Chris Olave last year, and this is what you have to keep in mind, could happen to any wide receiver this year. It's not unique to Chris Olave that he had multiple concussions. Malik Neighbors had a concussion last year. If he had another one, would you have the same concerns with him? It's just, that is the nature of playing football, unfortunately. Unless you want them to wear those ugly ass, you know, Guardian caps, maybe that's the best thing moving forward. But it's just, that's the nature of the NFL. That's the nature of football, I think.
Yeah, look, you just got to monitor it closely. I feel pretty confident Olave coming back. I mean, same thing with Tua after he came back last year.
Yeah.
So until an announcement is made or something's going to happen, I'm going to be confident in drafting. Well, I'm not going to be confident in drafting. I do like Chris Olave. I guess I'm going to be confident knowing that they're going to be on the field.
Yeah, this is a guy that last year, you know, everyone loved him as a young player. We didn't love his quarterback room, and still people took him at the 2-3 turn. And now you get to take him in round 6. I think the price is very reasonable. As Bo Nix comes off the board in the 7th round.
Yeah,
was really hoping he was going to stay on the board until like round 8 or so. That's unfortunate, but I like the pick. Jordan Addison still available.
Yeah, not bad with Jordan Addison. Obviously, predicting maybe 2-4 games, however way that looks like.
4 games would be crazy. I would not expect 4 games.
Yeah.
Scribble says Derek Carr was throwing out hospital balls like candy. Dynamite, appreciate you, man. He says you're my favorite fantasy channel by far. That's very kind.
Hey, we appreciate you.
Johnny says the chances of Olave getting another concussion has drastically reduced with Carr retiring.
You know, who was I think it was Devontae Adams when on wide receiver U talking about how
the
Jimmy
Netflix
G,
wide receiver universe, the Netflix wide receiver show.
Was it him talking about how Jimmy G was like, he was like leaving him out to get hit, like he wasn't protecting him.
Yeah.
So
is your draft
it
pause? Sorry, is your draft glitching right now?
Let me refresh. Yes, it says time up. Yes, it does. Oh boy.
Is everybody's draft glitching right now, or is it just me?
Just got that Let's Go team notification. Let me refresh.
Looks like it's for everyone.
Sleeper crashed. Never seen that before.
I've never seen a sleeper draft just crash. Have you ever seen this before?
No.
Wow. That's a cool feature.
I want to just completely exit instead of refreshing and then try and join back in.
Damn, sleeper saved you guys. My team was a monster in the making right there. Y'all must have got scarred, man.
Can you set somebody on that guy?
Oh yeah, let's see. What if who does loading plays want?
Well, just give him like Sam Laporta, and then we can revert. Like we can go back. You know.
Okay. Well, if you don't want Laporta, let me know. Okay, I saved it.
We just saved it.
I saved the day. No, actually,
that was my
Badaki
idea.
saved the day.
My idea. That was me. Thank you. Nah, jokes. Well, now what you can do is take it back now and then have loading plays redo it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you want.
That pick seems to be cursed, man. I can't get that clock to go.
Oh no.
Okay, wait. Yep. He's got 10 seconds. He's got 10 seconds. All right, we'll give him 10 seconds. Whatever happens here, happens here.
Yeah.
All right, this pick is cursed.
Okay.
He's getting Sam Laporta and he's liking it.
That's funny.
All right. Well, shout out to Badaki. Give me some Badaki dubs in the chat here. Appreciate you.
No.
Saving the day.
I didn't do nothing.
As long as J-Mac can pick, I think we're back up and running here.
Yeah.
All right, we are back, baby, and you guys are in trouble because I have clearly I have the best start here. It's not even close. I feel bad. You know what I mean? Sometimes, do you ever draft so well that you look at your team and you're like, damn. It's just, you're kind of like, you feel bad because you have this team and others don't.
Yeah.
Just in like the giving mindset, you know, so.
Happens all the time, man.
Yeah. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Look at this monster we're building right now.
Yeah, want somebody.
I love that nobody loves Deebo Samuel, by the way, because I am so in on Deebo this year. I love that nobody wants him.
Everyone's going to start loving him if Terry's going to...
No, I need Terry to sign that contract so his ADP keeps staying cheap.
If it's not going to show up, so you better hope.
I need Terry to sign that contract, brother. As Tyrone Tracy comes off the board there at the 7-11.
That's Tyrone, huh?
And what is Randy Bobandy going to do here? I think I'm going to have to let the CPU auto pick twice. So there you go. Unless he wanted someone else and he's active. I just don't see him active.
Yeah, same.
All right, as Cam Scott. So Chris Jackett there just said, you know, I don't know who the running back is in New York. I'll just take both.
He's going to lock it up there.
Fair enough, right? I mean,
yeah.
And this is perfect as well because we're going to come back and grab Ricky Pearsall. Oh, my God. I am doing laps right now. Oh, my goodness. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
should we make this a real league? Anybody want to make this a real league?
I just can't do it. I can't commit. I'm sorry. I have too many leagues.
That's how you know Badaki doesn't like his team.
I just can't do it. No, I'm just don't want to do that.
I'll make it a real league, you know.
Not for me, man. I think everyone has to agree. Unfortunately.
ETN off the board at the 804. Matthew Golden off the board at the 805. But Taki's already rebuilding. Oh my god.
That's right. See you at the top.
I like the Josh Downs pick. Probably would have gone Downs there if it wasn't for Ricky. We appreciate y'all for being here with us. Let's see, trying to catch up. Lightning says, has the future starting quarterback for the Saints been named yet? No, not yet. I don't think they've named.
I would imagine it's going to be Tyler Shook.
Yeah, most likely.
Hard to see Spencer Rattler starting over him.
Yeah,
just looks like this pick in general is just effed. So looks like you're going to have to make a pick for this guy.
Well, he gets Cooper Kupp now.
Okay, there you go.
I think what happened was he drafted Quinshon Judkins, and that put a curse on his slot. Right at like the 6th spot here was cursed because it happened right after. If you notice, Laporta was the next pick, and this is what you guys don't understand: the wizardry of fantasy drafts. When you draft a player like that, a curse is placed on your team. So, I think unfortunately that might be what happened there.
Okay, I'll take a shot on, not a shot. Actually, I'm going to take Darnell Mooney.
Fritz says, the more I feel good mocks I do, the more I get scared for my real draft. Anyone else? I just get excited for my real draft.
Yeah, I get really excited. And what's funny is that, I think we said this last time, our draft for the Flock League is actually significantly earlier than last year.
Yeah.
So one of us could be effed in preseason if there's a preseason injury. Or just the unknowns of a lot of things. Like if one of us drafts Rashee Rice and there's no answer on suspension, or same thing with Jordan Addison.
Yeah.
That can really hurt one of us if we take them.
Yeah, I think we're drafting August 17th, which actually feels so early. We're drafting August 16th. That actually feels way too early to do a draft.
I'm going to find out the preseason week 3.
Oh, no, day. Julian's stuck here. Might have to give him the auto pick. There you go. Welcome home, Travis Kelce.
So it looks like we are going to be drafting on the 16th, and the last preseason game in week 3 is Friday, August 22nd. So we will have our team in limbo for a week, hoping that there's no injuries.
Yeah, not a fan of the timeline, I'll be honest. As Jane Reed comes off the board, Michael Pittman comes off the board. What's up, Jeb? Yeah, funnily enough, Jeb, we actually talked about Rice and Addison to start the stream. Yeah. We spent about 10-15 minutes there. So if you want our full thoughts, definitely go to the beginning of this stream because we hash it out a lot there. And maybe what's happening is when people aren't here, it's not activating auto draft. I don't think loading plays is here. Is loading plays here? I don't think they are.
Maybe not.
I think that's what's happening. So I'm gonna go ahead and if this doesn't auto draft, I'm gonna let it auto draft for him every pick beyond here. Let's see. All right, we're gonna let that auto pick from here on out. Then, welcome home, Jonnu Smith. Right where he belongs. That is true, Mike. The Judkins suspension could happen next year.
Yes. That's definitely a reality.
That is true. That's very fair.
Oh, yeah. Nah, it should be good.
Pavel the Great goes Javonte Williams there. What's Swerve going to do here? Swerve. He's got 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs. Already has his tight end and quarterbacks figured out. And then so he goes Jaden Higgins. I love that pick by you a lot, my friend. We'll grab Evan here. I do like Evan.
Goes Evan Ingram. Probably Randy's going to be auto pick as well if he's still not here.
True. Yeah.
Because
I don't see it.
Glitching.
We're gonna auto pick for him because he wasn't here the last 2 times. Julian is screaming. I was gonna go Ingram and Jennings at the switch. Get Kelsey off my team.
Unlucky, really.
I don't know what to tell you, man. It's too late.
Oh, there goes. Randy's here unless that's you.
I'm doing it for them.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize.
For them. I don't want to waste a minute for people who aren't here. It's just not activating the auto feature right now, unfortunately. You're good, Jeb. No stress. As Loveland falls off the board as well.
I don't think. I don't. Maybe they did, but I felt like they were pretty well until the whole thing glitched. So I wonder if they realized they glitched and then they just left.
I think some of them would have just left. Yeah, I'll grab Dobbins.
Everyone was
here.
really active there, which is annoying.
Dobbins will be my RB4 on this team. Chris says, I really hate how you guys keep taking my picks right before me. That's what we call a snipe, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome. I mean, that happens to us. That's probably going to happen to us for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
So
imagine like
when
we do our fast drafts and like any live drafts, we can't even. I can't even set a queue. Because if I set a queue, you guys know exactly what I'm going to do. That's just the reality. It sucks. I'm with you. It's awful. I hate it.
Yeah, it's obviously not ideal, but.
What's up, LT Gray? He says Mahomes in the 7th. Yeah, too early for me.
How many games you going to this year, LT Gray?
Appreciate you, Khalil, by the way. That's very kind of you. We put a lot of work into the videos. I'm glad you like them.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate you.
As Stevenson came off the board, Trey Harris, Jaden Blue, right after I finished my picks.
Oh, we forgot to... I wanted Jericho.
Unlucky.
2 quarterbacks. Shit.
Keon Coleman's a nice pick there, too. All right, did we reach our like goal? I don't know if I can't remember. I didn't check. No, we have not reached our like goal yet, but we're close. We're only 2 likes away. So if you want to get another mock draft going, smash the like button. We're very close to our goal, and then we'll pop off another one with you guys.
It says I'm in upstate New York, so hopefully none. Well, lucky for you, the Giants play the Chiefs, so you can go, and they're playing at MetLife, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
so you
really?
Can go there.
Okay, there you go.
And that's a primetime game, actually. That's going to be like week 4 or something like that.
Someone asked, is Burrow priced properly? I mean, if he does what he did last year, he's underpriced, but it's just if he can repeat the, volume that he had last year. The good news is that he has every reason why he should, with the way they've set up this offense, the players that they have paid. So yeah, he has every reason to repeat. T. Higgins, Jamar Chase there long-term. Chase Brown's a good pass catcher. So I think he's reasonably priced in the 5th round. I find him difficult to draft at his ADP just because there's no rushing upside, but
yeah.
Like last year we had Burrow. I had Burrow in the Flock League, but he was my 8th round pick. Julian, I'm going to have to auto pick for you here. Welcome home, Justin Herbert.
Maybe we just end it and just go to the next mock, just because this one's completely ruined, unfortunately.
I don't think it's completely ruined, though. But I will... Did we reach our goal?
Yeah, it's 87.
Okay, so we did reach our goal. I'll get it kind of cooking up here, then.
Yeah, and as Zach is doing that, join our Discord. If you want to join another mock draft, join that Discord. That link is going to be in the description, and that link it just was put in the chat by that Nightbot. Go to the LAN tab of the orange footballs, then go to mock draft. That's how you can join each and every mock draft. And if you were in this mock draft, please let somebody else join the second mock draft. I can't believe you guys did this. Oh my gosh, Justin Fields in the 11th round. And I'll send that link out here once I get that, which I just got. I'm trying my shoulders. Let me go one spot here. All right,
What's
here
up?
we go.
Papillo says, y'all helped me reach the finals last year. I'm glad we did, man.
That link has been sent out, by the way, in the mock draft tab.
All right. All right, so that second mock draft is going to fill up here. Badaki is on auto pick.
Yeah, I already got my queue set up. I ain't wasting no time.
Love it. As Jack Besh is the play here. Loading is active, and then he got autoed again.
Loading's active. He got.
I don't know what's going on.
And he's
Bless
in the
his
second
heart.
mock draft.
Is he?
That's what the
Loading?
hell?
I'm gonna have to kick you, man, if you're not gonna be active here with this. Maybe it was sleeper though.
He didn't even could have said that in the chat.
He hasn't communicated anything with us, yeah. But it might have just been sleeper that glitched. It might not even be his fault. All right, Ray Davis comes off the board there. Isaac Herendo. Yeah, we'll grab Caleb here. Oh, Jonathan says this is loading. He says forgot to turn off the auto option. You're good, man. What's up, Dynasty? He says keeping my mind off my kidney stone. Damn, son.
Oh, brother.
I know
Appreciate
what
you.
that feels like. I will never forget that pain. So
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear.
Kidney stones?
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that you are in that pain, man. That is not fun. That is no fun for anyone.
Didn't have kidney stones, but I had gallstones, and that wasn't fun.
Scribble says, Zach, is it even possible to replicate the amount of troll you brought to the Flock League videos last year? Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I put in a lot of effort last year. And I just don't know if I can give the same amount, or it can be the same effectiveness, if that makes sense. Time will tell.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Okay, I just remembered this person we're supposed to be auto-picking for. What you gonna do here, Chris? Tillman comes off the board. Perfect. We'll grab Trey Benson there in the 12th. And we'll go ahead and get this next one started. You guys did help us reach our like goal. We appreciate that. So, same type of format. I'll draft from the 3 Badakis there at the 1. And we'll get this one popping off as well. As Badaki goes Jamar Chase. The big surprise. And then loading, please don't start like this, loading. For the love of God.
That's crazy, dude.
Come on, loading. You can do it. All right. I was about to crash out. All right, I'll go Justin Jefferson here to start. I'm just going to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
No worries. Yeah, we were definitely about to crash out there. We got there. We got there fine. I'm gonna take my tight end here in the other mock draft. Making sure I'm getting all the people. All right, I'll take Strange there. All right, nothing too crazy in the other one. CD Lamb, Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, all pretty self-explanatory. Saquon Barkley falling to Tebow there. Malik Neighbors 7, which we saw fall to the 110 in the first mock draft. So it's going to be very interesting. Listen, it's trying to get practice as many spots as possible. Gator fan said, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I personally wanted to get one of those rookie tight ends in Warren or Loveland, but it just wasn't. They got auto picked, which I don't think that would have been the case.
What are we talking about?
So take wide receiver 1. Just talking about scribbles.
All right.
Ashton Genty, Derrick Henry, which I don't mind that start there at the 112.
High testosterone start right there, that's for sure. What's up, Wyatt? It's been a minute, man. Good to have you here.
How you doing, brother?
Chris says proud of you loading. Y'all are funny. Yeah, I'm sorry to anybody who's having kidney stone stuff. It's not fun. That was hell. I thought I was.
It's not ideal.
I thought I was dying, dude. I actually thought I was dying. Like, I was being driven to the hospital, and I thought I could die today. That literally, I was thinking about how my wife might be on her own, and it was destroying me. The pain,
that's really...
you can't describe the pain of a kidney stone. It does not. I don't know how to explain it.
Apparently, kidney stones is the closest to pregnancy, if I'm not mistaken.
It's not fun, that's for sure.
No, it's not fun. You ever seen a woman give birth? It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Still believing for you, man.
All right, we're on the board here. I'm gonna grab
Little savages running around.
Chase Brown. As AJ Brown's a great pick there as well. Tigre says that it's going to be nice. The majority of my friends are Giants fans, so maybe I can bring some protection for the Giants and Chiefs.
Yeah, why not?
As Lamar Jackson and Trey McBride come off the board.
Jeez, that's a crazy start. Got the wide receiver 1 last year, the QB 1 last year, and the tight end 2 last year. Sheesh. That's crazy. Give that to me in a fast draft.
I'll grab Josh Allen here. Josh Allen off the board. And then we see Kyron Williams coming off the board.
Yeah, interesting. It's so hard at this point. Like, I feel like it falls off specifically at a value standpoint. Like, if Chase Brown's not there, I don't want to take any other running back. Because taking Brees there feels too high. Taking Kyron feels too high, you know?
Yeah. All right, as JSN comes off the board, Tyreek Hill comes off the board. Gator says it's weird trying to find different spots in the draft, but Barkley seems to be magnetized to my team. Yeah, I'm not. I don't have the. I'm gonna be taking Saquon this year if I have a chance. Steve says fiance had gallstones this past Christmas. She said she never felt pain like that either.
Yeah, my wife had gallstones, and then
didn't you as well, like back to back?
And then I had gallstones. Yeah, she gave birth, and then 2 months after she had gallstones, and then a year after, because
Crazy.
I had gallstones earlier. I had it for a while actually. I just completely avoided on high fatty foods. But then I was like, you know what? I'm going to America. I was thinking about this Texas trip, and I was like, I just want some good food. And I wasn't going to go to America and have a gallstone attack and be in the dumps for that whole time. So I was like, I need to get this sorted. Because best believe I'm getting some barbecue. I'm gonna eat some food from my mom's food, my grandma's food.
Mm-hmm.
So I need all of it.
I love it. All right. After Tyreek Hill, we saw Jaden Daniels, Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, Marvin Harrison, George Kittle come off the board. And now Chris is up on the clock here.
Jalen Hurts.
At
the 3-4.
That
We
is
went at the
crazy.
4-4 last time. No. Just comparing it to last time, Jalen Hurts went at the 4-4. He goes at the 3-12 here, obviously wanting to secure that quarterback position.
Yeah. Dynasty says, I'm the Tom Brady of kidney stones. I can't stop winning then. What's up, Papilo? Says, do y'all draft at this time every day? So we go live right now 2 times a week. And just as we get closer and closer to the season, that will just go up, right? So it'll be 3 times a week, then 4 times a week. But definitely, subscribe, turn the notifications on, and all of you guys should have plenty of opportunities to draft with us. Join the Discord, obviously. But yeah, next week's a bit unique because Badaki and I are both with our families. We are going to hang out with some of our friends. So we'll both be gone from Wednesday to Friday our time. But we'll still do 2 streams tomorrow or next week, sorry.
Yeah, I think we're going to do 2 or 3 streams next week. So our schedule looks a little bit different tomorrow, but then obviously, we're trying to take time away before the season starts to hang out with each other, and then we'll full swing.
As Mike Evans and then Rashee Rice comes off the board. What's up, Dynamite says, when's the Flock Fantasy Draft? We actually just talked about that earlier. It's earlier than we wanted it to be. I'll tell you that. It's August 16th.
August 16th. It technically won't be like live streamed or anything, but you will most likely have a video. Probably
it will be out pretty quickly because they want it.
Probably like 2 or 3 days after that, or maybe the next day. I'm not necessarily sure what the editor's situation is, but we'll have more information about that.
I imagine the video would be out within like 3 days of the draft. So
yeah, because there'll be so much content that we're going to be recording there and how long that's going to be. So and saying that, we do have the Flock meetup in August in Austin, which is going to be Sunday, August the 17th. So if you're in the Austin area, or if you guys want to come out and meet Zach and myself and everyone else on the Flock Fantasy website, that's going to be once again August 17th in Austin, Texas.
Yep. Excited to meet you guys though.
Yeah. I'm pumped for it. It was really fun last year.
Yeah, it was. I didn't get to stay for the meetup, but I'll be there this year. All right, you started 3 different positions here. Are we going to make it 5 or 4?
We're definitely going to make it 4. I'm going to take a running back here. I think I'm going to take James Conner. I have him on my queue, so I'm just going to use all the time I have.
So he's going to double up on those Cardinals.
And then at the wide receiver position, I'm most likely going to go Courtland Sutton here. I just want to double check of any other values or players. Yeah.
All right, so Sutton comes off the board. DK Metcalf comes off the board. It's crazy. DJ Moore's there in the 4th round and 5th round, and I'm just like not even that interested. I'll grab George.
Might regret
Pickens here.
that Sutton pick, but not take another running back. But
what's up, Matt? Appreciate the donation here. He says 1 quarterback, start 8. Traded the 212, 301 for Tillman and the 310. I definitely prefer the 212 and the 301 there pretty easily.
Traded the 212, 301 for Tillman and the 310. Yeah, 100%.
I like Cedric Tillman. I love him as a sleeper, but that's because of his price, you know. I probably wouldn't pay the 212 or the 301 for Cedric Tillman, to be honest with you. So, yeah, sorry if that's not what you want to hear. I don't know. I feel bad. Just being honest.
So I ended up getting the Ultra Human ring.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I was going to get the Aura ring, but the subscription thing was just not cool.
Yeah, for all the videos that I saw and I was doing the research, a lot of them saying like a lot of it is not about the accuracy. A lot of it is about giving you a synopsis of like what you have done and a prediction of what you've done and how you're feeling throughout the day.
Right.
It's not about like none of them are going to be accurate.
Yeah.
You know, because
Okay.
it's just a kind of a guesstimate. But like if you want to understand like, hey, this is how I kind of slept, and then you can kind of correlate that with other days. Like, oh, if I sleep at 70%, I feel okay, but if I sleep at 80%, I feel like the best.
Right.
Anyways.
Right. Yeah.
It's a cool process. I'm excited for mine.
I like those rings. I just hate when they try and tack a subscription onto it, because then you have to rely on whatever they decide the subscription's worth.
Yeah.
Jay says, I assumed Rice was going to go 6th, 7th round. I'm shocked he went the 407 in both drafts. Yeah.
I just think a lot of people are trialing it out, right? So maybe Pave is trying to see like, okay, if I draft Rice here, what is it going to look like at my running back room or wide receiver room or other positions? I would agree. Like, I think we kind of been saying this the whole time. Still, 2 to 4 games, we'll still be taking Rice here at the 4-7. So don't see anything too crazy. Kind of the same thing last year with Alvin Kamara. Think of Alvin Kamara. There wasn't much of a drop in his ADP, if I remember correctly. I think he was kind of in that 4th to early 3rd, kind of where you see him here right now at the 4-2. And with the suspension, a couple years ago, it was still at the same spot. So
yeah, that's true. Appreciate y'all being here with us. We're going to get through the rest of this mock draft, by the way, but just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We are drafting in FastDraft Rabbit Tournament. I would love for you guys to draft with us. And if you have never drafted before, you can probably get into the next draft with Badaki and I. It's a 1 quarterback, start 8, 15 round tournament. It's a 10-team PPR. So would love for you guys to come draft with us. Put some money where your mouth is if you have a strong conviction on players this year. If you've never played FastDraft before, you can download the app, use the promo code LAND. We'll match a deposit up to $50. That is 10 free Flex 4 tournaments on us, or multiple free Rabbit tournaments on us. When you finish your first contest, I'm going to send you my rookie report and my cheat sheet for the 2025 season completely free. So would love for you guys to come and join us today on stream, and we can draft together. And, you know, just so you guys know how we view the Rabbit, and just FastDraft in general, by the way. Let me update this real fast here. Okay, 3 spots remaining. This does not replace your home league. This does not, you know, this isn't changing the way you draft late August with your friends and in your home league. This is if you want to kind of get some practice in right now and have ADP that actually matters, and, you know, get some drafts in now to kind of get into the flow and have some fun. That's what FastDraft is for. It's not replacing your home league. So 3 spots remaining, and we'd love for you guys to come draft with us. Maybe by the time you sign up right now on stream, you can come get into this draft that we're about to get into, which, by the way, 2 spots remaining right now. So again, I apologize. I need to get my stream deck set up. That shouldn't have come up. But 2 spots remaining in the Rabbit Tournament. Please come draft with us. It's so fun when we get a whole group of y'all in there together.
I appreciate you guys. All love, excited. You are on the clock here.
I am on the clock. And I'll grab Adunze again. I mean, I drafted him 603 last time,
Olave.
so I'll take him at... Sorry, yeah, Olave. Rabbit is a newer platform. Yes, someone asked, is a Rabbit a new platform? It was released this month, and it's already, let me double check. Again, brand new tournament
Rabbit's a
that
new
was
game.
just released this month, and it is already 74% full. So you know, like, Benaki and I, every chance we get, we're jumping into one. But if you have never played before, these are the rules that you're looking at here. $50,000 prize pool, 20-second clock, so the drafts go really fast. Full PPR. There's a third round reversal, so that makes things super interesting as well. One quarterback, 15-round, type of tournament. But would love for you guys to come join us. As Olave went off the board there. Then we had Monty, Pacheco, Jones, and Mahomes. And I am going to comfortably take DeAndre Swift here, who is becoming a target for me lately.
Yeah, I took him in the last mock draft. He took him at the 7-3. I took him there a little bit earlier at the 6-9. Okay. A nice quick run.
I like the Adunze pick there. If Swift wasn't available, I would have gone Adunze myself. So I like that pick a lot.
Yeah, don't mind it either.
Jacoby Myers is a boring pick, but he's probably a safe pick. We don't talk about him enough, I don't think. Last year, wide receiver 29 finish. I do think there's more. People talk about the Geno Smith upgrade, but Bowers is going to be in another year. Genty's going to get work in the air. Deontay Thornton, Jack Besh could get involved as the season goes on. But I still think that we see value here for sure with Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how you feel about Jack Besh and them. Not that I'm going to be avoiding Jacoby Myers, just more in the sense of I think I just believe in the other guys to break out more.
Yeah.
Would like to take Jacoby for a little bit of a high upside if there is any there. But yes, I can definitely understand that perspective there.
We've got a super chat here from Wilson Roberts. Says, what three would you rather have in a 10-man keeper league full PPR? Bijan, Neighbors, Bowers, or Bijan, Neighbors, Bucky? Thanks, guys. Keep up the great work. Full PPR, 10-man. I'm probably going to go with the Bowers side of that.
Yeah, the Bowers side. I agree. The smaller league in a 10-man.
Yeah, smaller league.
How many starts, I guess? That's a bigger question. If this is a 10-man start 11, are you still keeping Bowers?
Yeah. Even in that format, I would keep Bowers.
Yeah.
Just 10-man format. I think if you have elite players at those onesie positions, it makes a much bigger difference. 12 teams, it's going to be harder to fill the quarterback, wide receiver spots, but in your position, you're, I think, better off. Number one, Bowers goes up before Bucky anyway in ADP, but number two, that positional advantage I think you're going to have at tight end is significant.
Yeah, I hear that.
As Scottaboo and Warren come off the board, they're Etienne in the 8th round. The longer the fantasy offseason goes, the less against Etienne I am because he's so cheap. Like, Etienne probably shouldn't be that much cheaper than Pacheco.
No.
They both carry a ton of risk. And I like Pacheco a lot. I'm just saying I don't think there should be that big of a gap in ADP between the two. But thanks for the super chat there, Wilson.
Yeah, huge love. Actually, give the little rant here. I'll put the super message here. Just so you know, Wilson and anyone there, Zach makes his pick, and I'll give the rant here. If you guys want to have a question answered, all you have to do is super message specifically on the Flock Fantasy website with a little transparency. YouTube does take 30% of that. Where we get a little bit more of a kickback on the Flock Fantasy website. And what you can do is link your team, whether it's redraft, once you get your redraft teams or your dynasty teams, and say, hey, this is what my team looks like. We can have a little bit more in depth instead of having these hypothetical questions or what is this 10 man? Is it start 11? Is it not? You can kind of go through all that there, but we appreciate you either way for submitting those questions there.
Yep. Took a shot at Matthew Golden there. Christian Watson towards ACL, what was it, week 17 or 18 last year. Jaden Reed's a fine pick there as well. Just want to see what sort of upside there might be with Matthew Golden. And I'm willing to ride the ride at the 8-10 there, if you will.
Just got to ride it.
Kind of like this team with early quarterbacks still. Was worried about that, but still a fan of it myself.
Yeah, early quarterback and tight end is a little bit difficult for me. Like if I would trade out Trey McBride for Jackson Smith and Jigba, I would feel significantly more comfortable.
Yeah.
With the builds, obviously the onesie positions are going to hurt you in other ways. Or even if Trey McBride was a T Higgins, I know I have Chase, but T Higgins, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, I would feel a lot more comfortable specifically at that wide receiver position because my wide receiver 2 right now is Courtland Sutton.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be more comfortable with any other the wide receivers in the George Pickens, DK George, DJ Moore. I wouldn't be any more confident than in any of those guys rather than Courtland Sutton. So,
all right, little update. We are one spot away. Cody says, what website is this draft on? Well, the one we're mock drafting on is Sleeper. The one that we're about to jump into here is FastDraft. You could probably sign up right now through the app, use our promo code LAND, and get into this draft. You could fill this draft. You could be the last one. If you've never played on FastDraft before, download the app. It's for free, obviously. Then use the promo code LAND to get your deposit matched up to $50. That's 10 free Flex 4 tournaments or multiple free rabbits on us. And then when you finish your first contest, I'll send you my rookie report. I'll send you my season rankings for 2025. Completely free. I get those emails, once per week at the beginning of the week. So I'll definitely hit y'all up at the beginning of every week, but would love for you guys to come join us in this real draft. We all love mock drafts, but Rabbit, again, it's not going to take away from your home league. It's not replacing your home league. It's to kind of prepare to understand ADP, to get into the flow of drafting, to have fun. I mean, you don't have to wait until your home league drafts late August, early September to have fun with drafting. You can draft now and have fun, and then you don't have to manage any of these teams. That's the best part about FastDraft. It's quick, 20-second clock, no commitment in the season. So again, use promo code LAND when you sign up. We'll match your deposit up to $50, and then we'll draft together. And by the way, if you have signed up for FastDraft, please DM me on Discord. We're building a group chat where our community drafts together. I already know Lucas is in this draft waiting to go. So, like, for example, if you weren't able to get into the Sleeper Mock, but you still want to draft, come DM me. It's easier to get into these drafts, obviously, than it is the Sleeper Draft, because Sleeper Drafts are a little bit, they're free. No one has to put any kind of commitment into them, as we are jumping into a draft right now, actually. And let's see what spot we've got. I am at the... we've got a...
we got back here.
We've got someone who is a dedicated drafter here at the 6th spot. But I am at the 10th spot. But Aki, you're at the 9. So we're back-to-back. So this will be very interesting. But again, would love for you guys to come draft with us. It's obviously... Badaki and I get in so many drafts together. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love getting in a draft with you, Badaki, but I want to get in the draft with more of our community. It's always fun when you have it's always fun when you have like 6 guys in a draft that are from the LAN community, and we kind of get to see what everyone's doing. And by the way, the format for the Rabbit is a little bit different than like your traditional best ball format. It just like accounts for the overall scoring from weeks 1 to 17. Does that make sense? So you don't have to like do crazy math and think about like, oh, how do I correlate one player to the next player? You can just draft the players that you think are going to score the most points every single week. It makes your life a little bit easier. And it also makes you draft a little bit more authentic to how you would draft in a real fantasy football draft. Do you know what I mean? Like in your home leagues, you're not drafting and thinking about, oh, what matchup is in week 17? I need to correlate this quarterback and tight end together because it could be a huge game in week 17. Now, you're just trying to get wins throughout the entire season. FastDraft kind of replicates that a little bit, which is one of the things that we love about it. But, You're on the clock here. It started Chase, Bijan, Jefferson, Gibbs, Saquon, Lamb, Neighbors, Genty, and you went Puka. And I have got an option of wide receiver here. So I am probably going to go with a Brian Thomas start. And then after we go Brian Thomas, we're going to come back at running back. And for me, Achane would be the next highest ranked running back there. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay, Achane off the board. I'm gonna go Puka and a Nico Collins start. Go 2 wide receivers there. See how we go.
Puka and Nico as a start. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back hopefully and get a nice little running back.
I feel like it kind of like fundamentally changes the way I approach a draft, knowing that I don't have to focus so much on like what correlations are in what weeks, you know, where it's just like, hey, if you draft the players that score the most points, you're gonna have a great chance to win this tournament, you know?
Yeah, no question. No question about it. Amon-Ra at the 204, which is crazy. Malik Neighbors and Amon-Ra.
Dude, I got the craziest draft the other day on stream where I got Chase and Brian. I know, but it's just crazy. Like the Chase and Brian start for me was, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Here. Gibbs, Chase Brown start here.
Yep. Chase typically goes in the 3rd round in these because it's a 10 team.
These,
but
yeah.
I've taken him in the early 2nd round before.
A lot of people on FastDraft are specifically loving Chase Brown.
Oh yeah,
like you see him go. Yeah,
he has a higher ADP in FastDraft than Sleeper, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So this is the beauty about me being at the 10 spot. Typically you would hate it, right? But we got the 3rd round reversal in the 10 spot. So now I got to start Brian and Achane, and I get to come back. Oh my God, Bowers is there. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of options here. It's crazy.
I don't know that I can pass on Bowers. I can't pass on Bowers. I'm going to grab Bowers. I did not think Brock Bowers would be available. A.J. Brown ahead of Bowers is kind of crazy. Wow, I did not anticipate going wide receiver or tight end there.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. Like, I can go T. Higgins. I can go Bucky Irving there. I can go Jaden Daniels there. Or Lamar Jackson.
So you went with Bucky?
Could have gone Trey McBride. Yeah. I just have a lot of those guys. Bucky I don't have much of, and I want to get a little bit more exposure on Bucky.
Sure.
I have a lot of T. Higgins already. I have a lot of the Allens, Lamars. The one I don't have is a lot of Jaden Daniels, so...
I'll go ahead and pin this comment, by the way, if anybody wants to jump into a fast draft with us. That's a comment. It's the 2nd link on our link tree where you can go download the app. And, again, use our promo code to get your deposit matched. And then DM me if you don't get my cheat sheet. It just takes, you know, about a week because which will be quicker as we get closer to the season, but I need to wait for the updated email list. All right, so the 3rd round goes Bowers, Bucky, Trey, T, Garrett, Jacobs, Tyreek. I do like that Saquon, Ladd, Jacobs start there. Marvin Harrison.
Let's see how far Rice goes here. I'm interested. I haven't done one today to see where Rice goes. Normally he's off the board already.
Yeah.
At the moment, looks like they updated his ADP to be the 25th, so his ADP is a 3rd round pick now, and he's 4th round just started there. Gosh, there's no quarterbacks that just went off the board in the first one, went in the 4th round. That's crazy. Best believe if Josh Allen or Jane Daniels fall to me, I am taking one of these guys.
Lamar in the 4th is kind of crazy. I hate that you're right beside me because I really want to grab one of them as well, and I don't think it's going to happen.
There goes the 2nd one. See where J.D. Daniel goes. That's the one I really want, to be honest. don't have much Jaden Daniels. Maybe I get the stack with Jaden Daniels, Terry. Promise me if it's there, you'll let me get it.
No.
Promise me.
No.
I can tell you maybe, but I can't promise anything. I only want to promise things if I want to be a man of my word.
I would have done it. There goes Jalen Hurts. Please.
I don't think it's going to happen, bro.
I'm believing. There's a God in heaven. And I believe.
By the way, 17.4% ownership of Rashee Rice. That hurts.
I got 18.5, so GG's.
It especially hurts in a contest like this. You know?
Don't do it, Lucas. You fucking bitch.
He's watching the stream too.
He is watching the stream.
I love that. See, this is why I love drafting with our community. You get to live see Badaki gets sniped. All right.
Okay, let's see who I want to take here. I am going to take Alvin.
Yeah, that's fine. So you took Alvin. I'm probably going to go Cook here. And then after Cook, I'm going to come back and grab... Ooh, I don't have enough Terry. I should probably grab Terry. And that's going to piss Lucas off, but I'm sorry, Lucas. So we're going to go James Cook, and then we're going to go Terry McLaurin. Oh.
Okay.
It gave me Rashee Rice.
I'll take Terry.
Oh, no.
I'll take Terry. That's what I wanted.
That actually sucks in a format like this, but it is what it is.
I was gonna take Alvin. Oh, I took Alvin, and then I was like, you know what? I'm happy for Terry. That comes back to me.
You cut out there. Sorry.
I said I wanted to take Alvin for sure, and I was like, if you take Terry, I'm happy to take Mike Evans. So that was kind of
it's gonna be easier for me to field a team here with Rashee Rice, I guess. In a 10 team compared to a 12 team. This is a 10 team league.
Sure.
So it'll be easier for me to fill a team until he's ready to go. But that's all right. Rice, McLaurin, Worthy, Harvey, and Walker are the next picks off the board there. As we see Jameson as well.
Yeah, getting these quarterbacks in the 4th round is crazy, dude.
I know. Josh Allen at the 403. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I've seen that. I don't see it. I've never seen any of these, specifically all 4 of them in the 4th round.
I've seen Jalen in the 4th. And Jaden.
Well, I'm saying all 4 of them all together in the 4th round, you know?
Sure. Yeah, I agree. I've never seen that either. Thoughts on Jennings versus Mooney versus Pearsall? Prefer Pearsall with the upside. Jennings is weird. Like, if he holds out, I'm not sure what that's going to look like. Bogey says, you guys don't think it's a lot of undervalued wide receiver later in rounds? Maybe if you're with us, if you could clarify that question. Because I'm not sure what you mean.
Like, do we think, is there a lot of undervalued wide receivers late in rounds? So you're saying, like, the Cooper Kupps of the world feeling undervalued, or are you going even deeper than that? Like Rashee and, you know?
After Walker, we had Jameson, Metcalf, McMillan, Mike Evans. I have never seen Mike Evans go that late in a FastDraft tournament. In fact, Team 3 is killing it. Bijan, Derek, Brees, JSN, Mike, George. Oh my gosh. They're building a monster there.
Oh my, yeah. Who has T?
Oh my.
Jaden Daniels. You could have had Joe Burrow here, Lucas, if Joe Burrow falls to you, and I could have had Jaden Daniels if you would, and you could have the correlation there. But hey, each of them. Unless you're gonna draft both of them. You know, you do you. You do you, man.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he is doing him.
Go ahead, take him. Take Joe Burrow. See what happens.
Lucas is living rent-free in Badaki's head right now.
No, he ain't doing nothing to me. I'm just saying. What could have been?
And you know what's great is we have a lot of people who play in 10-team leagues, and we don't ever do 10-team mock drafts. So.
Oh, I was gonna take Joe Burrow there. That was no hesitation.
This is great for those people who play in 10-team leagues.
That was a no hesitation pick by the boy. And I have no idea who I'm going to take here. All right, let's go Rome then.
Okay, so Roma Dunze comes off the board. I don't love any of these receivers, to be honest, over these running backs. So I think I'm going to grab Caleb Johnson. And then just because I kind of need, I'll grab Calvin Ridley as well. I don't have a lot of stock of Calvin, so.
Yeah, nice. I'm going to take Swifty here.
Yep. Lucas says, you never know who will fall. If I could have known, I would have waited for Burrow. It's true. He's running laps around you psychologically.
I could have guaranteed that.
He's in your head right now, rent-free. What's up, Matthew? Sounds good, man. We'll have a look at that when it's in. Appreciate you. Caleb over Mixon. I've got enough Mixon. I don't have a problem against Mixon. But it's just one of those times where 50% I might go one way, 50% I might go the other way. There's a chance Mixon repeats what he does last year. There's a chance he falls off. There's a chance Caleb is not important to start the year. There's a chance he's a league winner. So kind of playing the field a little bit. Don't want to... I don't think I'm anti either player, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and just keep in mind, like, obviously we want to get as much exposure as some of these guys. If you see like a high number next to these players, I feel like anything over 18% is pretty significant, meaning that we own a lot of those guys in a lot of our leagues. So especially if we're trying to have unique teams here, if you see a guy like Joe Mixon, I don't know how much exposure you had on him, but let's just say that was anything upwards of 18. But then Caleb, he only had 7. He wanted to switch it up in that sense, you know?
Yeah, I don't know actually. Didn't actually check the exposures. I should have. What's up, Matt? He says, "How does the third round reversal work?" So. Pretty simple, honestly. You'll what happens is, so your first 2 rounds will go as normal, right? So you see Chase win at the 101. Then you see me at the 110. I took Brian Thomas. Achane was the 201. It came all the way back around to the 210 with Jonathan Taylor. You see that on the top left of your screen. And then what happened was the 301 doesn't start after Jonathan Taylor. It actually comes all the way back to me at the 301 there. So at the third round, when the third round starts, there's a reversal of the snake. So the snake now starts to go, the opposite direction, if that makes sense. And its intended design is to help out the players at the back end of the board, so it's not so uneven when like the 101 ends up with Jamar Chase, who we all won on our team, right? It gives you the ability to still build a great team even if you're at the 10 spot. Obviously everyone has their opinions on if they like it or not, but we enjoy playing in this type of format. Oh, you dumb hoe.
What?
I mean, you're upset. You're upset at Lucas here. You don't have a single chief to stack him with.
Was that me?
Yeah.
Do you have a chief? Oh, you have Rashee Rice. I didn't really think about that.
You dumb hoe.
If you would have just asked the question, can I promise it? I would have done it because I'm a good person. I would have given you.
I don't believe any of that.
What is it? The 50,000? I would have given it to you right there. But I'm just a dumb hoe now.
Yep. I said it before. I'll say it again.
I'm just a dumb hoe. Whatever.
We're gonna stack Godwin and Baker there though on the edge.
Yeah.
You dumb. No, it's all right. I'm kidding. Keegan says, when do you say just screw exposure? Give me someone I have conviction on and stack up teams like that. Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
All the time, man. Yeah. I mean, keep in mind, guys.
It happens more often with us as well. Like on live streams, like I just like this person significantly better.
You got to keep in mind that Badaki and I are like constantly jumping in drafts. And it's not even that we're partnered with FastDraft. It's that we have a problem. And some of you guys out there might feel the same way. Whereas if we have free time, we're like, I could be in a draft right now. So oftentimes we're drafting offline as well and getting players that we love. Makes sense, Matt. I'm glad. Let me know if you have any questions. Matthew says, Sint, Bree and I are wishing you and your family well. We have been mad busy lately. She is death investigator, and I am teaching at the police academy. We grinding out here. Damn, son.
Hey, that's some crazy stuff, yo. Y'all keep doing your thing.
I just watched.
That's awesome, though.
I just watched The Accountant 2. So basically, she's the badass black lady in Accountant 2, is what you're telling me.
The badass black lady. That's crazy.
No, like every TV show, you know, there's like
yeah, I know. I'm just joking. I'm just.
He says yes, a great movie. Yes, I think the Accountant movies are underrated. I think they're underrated series.
I'm pretty sure I saw I've seen the first one. I just can't remember it.
Yeah. So it's good to know that she's a badass. We'll get to that question here soon, Matthew, though, after this draft. Just hang in there with us. As Etienne goes in the 10th round here on FastDraft. Gosh, that seems too low. I can't justify being out on Etienne anymore. I just can't do it. I can't give you a good reason to be out on him when he's going in the 8th round of a 12 team and the 10th round of a 10 team league. I have to be honest. I can't give you a reason not to do it anymore.
I have to be honest with me. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna take here. I actually might do another. Nah, let's do this stack.
Matthew says summer/warm weather, more people dying out here. And by the way, Lucas just said he's being very generous. He said he's going to give you Cam.
I don't want Cam. But I appreciate the generosity. Thank you so much.
You try and be nice to someone, and you know.
I'm just trying to think of if I should take this player now. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna draft this person now. I'm gonna get CJ to get the stack there.
Okay.
And then I'll let you make the decision for me.
Do I add another wide receiver who I don't know is going to be ready week 1? I'll grab Michael Pittman instead. Oh, I have 2 picks. I forgot.
Hold on.
We'll just grab Dak.
Okay, doesn't help me at all.
Who are you choosing between there?
Brandon Ayuk and Jaden Higgins.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna take Jaden Higgins.
I like both of those names. I have so much Higgins.
I don't have much, but I have 11% of Ayuk, but I think it was 0% of Higgins, if I'm not mistaken. So. But that's really building into the stacks there.
Matt says, "Is it a set and forget it, and you're trying to be the highest scorer to win the grand prize, or the?" Yes, so, exactly. Yeah. So that's the beauty of something like FastDraft. Best ball is it doesn't take any time commitment in season, you know. But Ike and I are in our home leagues like we always are, drafting with our friends in our home leagues that are managed leagues. Every time you draft here on FastDraft, you're having fun. You're doing a draft. But it's all auto-managed for you, right? Best ball style where there's no trades, but the best players are entered into your lineup every week. And from weeks 1 to 17, whoever scores the most points wins. So makes your life really easy. It also means you don't have to like think through, oh my God, what's this guy's matchup in week 17? Oh no, does this guy have a good matchup or not in week 17? Is it potentially a high-scoring game or not? So
yeah, it's what makes the lower tier type of players that aren't as exciting, that have these boom games, worthy. You know, like for example, Rashee Shaheed. Remember when he was getting, one day he would drop 1 point and the next day he would drop 30 points. These people matter in this one because it's best ball format, right? So you kind of want to not target them in a high manner, but getting them at a great value is really helpful.
Yeah, come play with us though, man. It's a lot of fun. FastDraft, promo code LAND. We'll match your deposit up to $50, and you'll get a couple free drafts anyway. And then DM me if you sign up, because we're drafting together. It's always fun to do it with the community. Boogie says, have been going heavy running back early round one, wide receiver, and the rest later rounds. I don't care for the second wave of wide receiver starting with T. Higgins. Yeah, definitely can't wait to talk about my ideal strategy this year, just when that video comes out soon.
Yeah, I think
Lucas said he got auto draft while he was trying to clown you, by the way.
karma. All right, let's see what Lucas does here. He goes Ayuk. 9 now.
Ooh, a couple of receivers there that are nice. Colson Loveland's fun. Damn it, dude. I wanted Javonte and Dak back-to-back picks. All right, what do you think?
Yeah. There's a couple players. There's no one that's sticking out to me right now. I'm just going to put somebody in my queue.
Okay.
I'm going to take Darnell Mooney.
Awesome. See, this is someone asked, like, do you not just like take players you love? You see I have 26% Trey Benson. That's an insane number for this type of format, the amount of drafts that we're in. And I'm about to add to that. We're going to make it even higher.
Come on, 29.6. That's what I have right now.
Then we're going to come back and we're going to grab J.K. Dobbins as well. J.K. Dobbins as our RB5 in the 13th round. Matthew says, also, I have bad news. I'm going to Germany when you are in Texas. Bummer. But one day we shall shake hands. Trying to go to Australia for military training event in spring of 2026. Well, first off, that's awesome that you're going to Germany. I think it sounds like you're going to have a great time. So hopefully you do, man. And congratulations on going on a fun trip there.
Yeah, man.
But yeah,
safe out there.
A lot of military training happens in Australia for the U.S., actually. I'm like a couple hours away from a base or something where they do a bunch of, like, the Marines come to train here in Australia. I don't understand why there's that connection, but there is.
Yeah, that is weird.
Lucas says, now you took Higgins from me, and I don't think I would have taken Nico and Higgins.
I mean, I wasn't planning on taking Nico and Higgins, to be honest, but it kind of just happened that way.
I didn't realize. Well, hey, if their offense pops off, you're going to be sitting pretty.
If.
That's hilarious.
Keyword.
Matthew says they're trying to weaponize kangaroos here.
Hand-to-hand
Kangaroos are mean, man. I don't know if a lot of people realize how mean a kangaroo is. They are not like these cute, cuddly, teddy bears.
Nah, they're jacked too.
They got some fight to them.
They're really strong. Never really seen like crazy something like that. Continue.
Sorry, while I'm waiting for my next pick, I just wanted to answer this question from Max. He had a trade question. It looks like this is a dynasty question. He's sending the 109 and Bucky Irving away to get the 112 Keon and Zay Flowers. And I don't know about you, but I would very comfortably prefer the 109 and Bucky. It's not even close.
Yeah, I shook my head there.
Worlds apart of value from a value perspective, in my humble opinion. Yeah, it's not really close. I'm not going to have Keon be a big mover in this. I want to sell Zay Flowers on every team I have him. So, yeah, you're getting the two assets that I prefer by far in that deal. We'll get to Jeb's trade question here, and then we have Matthews as well. I just want to get back to the board for a second.
Okay, I know exactly who I'm going to take here. Might go all out.
Oops, sorry guys, that didn't mean that to come up again. All out. He says he's going all out, so that means he's taking. Who else is in Houston? I don't know. Nick Chubb? Taking Nick Chubb?
Yeah. Nick got a big old chub. Wait, what?
We can. I'll explain the boosters here in a second, actually. When this draft finishes, I'll show you how that works on FastDraft. Tucker Craft this late is pretty nice. What are you thinking there? Where'd you go? You went Marquise Brown. Oh, okay. We're going to grab Jake Ferguson, and we're going to come back with another tight end. Actually, no, we're not, because we already got Bowers. I think we're going to go Rashad White just in case Bucky goes down with an injury.
Go, baby. Go, baby. Go, baby.
But give me 1 second. Kai one. I'm probably saying your name wrong. But once this draft finishes, I'll show you exactly how the boosters work.
Yeah.
But it's basically like adding a premium to your player scoring, and you can choose whatever player you want to add that premium to. While we're waiting on that draft to finish,
Yeah, we can do the next question.
Question here from Jeb, who it looks like they would be sending away Bucky and Marvin Mims for Chase Brown and Ricky Pearsall. This one's much more reasonable.
I want Chase Brown, Ricky.
Yeah.
Personally, just because of how much I believe in Ricky, specifically over Marvin, and yeah.
Yeah.
Bucky and Chase Brown for me aren't too far off in my rankings. I see here you have Bucky RB8 and Chase Brown RB12. So going down just, a couple spots there to get a first round wide receiver and Ricky Pearsall over Marvin.
It feels a little bit like underselling Bucky to me for some reason. Can you send Devonta Smith in this and get back like Garrett Wilson or something? That's more appealing to me, trying to move off Devonta or even Waddle in one of these deals, and either getting like Wilson London, even if you have to add like a second to decide that you're sending to get like London or something. Something like this, London or Wilson. I would be more interested in trying to move off Devonta in that fashion, but overall, I think the original trade is relatively even. Okay, so to recap that last draft, I'm so sorry, guys. I really need to figure out my stream deck, but these ads keep auto-populating. All right, I finished with Baker, Dak. We stacked Baker with with Chris Godwin in the 8th round. Running back room of Achane, Cook, Caleb, Benson Dobbins, Bowers, and Jake Ferguson. Badaki was the slowest drafter, and that's okay. Sometimes you got to take your time.
I like to take my time. I'm not going to rush. You're not going to rush me.
But when you go to portfolio there, I'll show you some examples here. So, for example, the team I just drafted. Let's go to like a smaller team to show you, like the Origins. All right, so this is the team that we just drafted. This is the draft that you can go back and look at. But when I go edit boosters, so it's only for the Origins and the Flex 4. Keep that in mind, and I think D-Up as well. With the 15 round, they don't do that. But you go edit boosters. You could do this for either Origins or
Flex 4. No.
Flex 4. So let's say that I heard that Kyle Monangai is actually named the starter, and it's this big surprise. I could technically move Kyle Monangai all the way up to get that 1.75 bonus, right? Or let's say Harvey, I find out that Jackson Dart is actually going to start straight away. I could move him up to that 2 times qualifier, that 2-time bonus on his points. So you can kind of manage that all the way up until kickoff, I believe. So that's how those boosters work there.
Let me know if that makes sense. But yeah, let's answer this question here and get out of here. My throat's starting to really deteriorate. Matthew here has a question.
Yeah, appreciate you, Matthew. Said thoughts. I think Tech could be close to JSN next year. So you're sending away Chuba Hubbard, Brian Robinson, and Jackson Smith and Jigba, receiving Quinshon, Luther, and Tet. In a vacuum, I do like the Quinshon.
I think this is a
in
nice
Tet.
buy low on Luther and Judkins, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so as well. Just because, sure, Quinshon hypothetically gets suspended next year. At worst, he gets 4-game suspension, but he's still the superior talent over Chuba, over Brian at the running back position. Tet McMillan, I can see that thought process, but you're also getting Luther Burden. Brian Robinson, nothing trade. So
I think the biggest upgrade here is going from Brian Robinson to Luther long term. That's huge.
So I'm actually really fine with that trade. You got to be aware that we don't know what's going to happen with Judkins this year, but as long as you're fine to hold on to him like I am in my leagues, then you'll be just fine waiting on him. But again, guys, if you ever want to submit a question to us on the stream, it is best to do it through the Flock site, like Badaki mentioned. You can go to this personal advice tab, and then whatever you want to kind of submit. It just helps us look at your entire roster and a little bit more of the context. But obviously, we appreciate any super chats as well. And that is going to be it for this week. We'll be live streaming next week. So we'll see you then. But yeah, have a good rest of your weekend, guys.
love.